I've just washed and conditioned my hair. As you can see, the purple's fading to more of a wine. It actually looks super pretty, and I didn't do anything elaborate. I have a French twist in right now. And then I'll probably just pop it in a braid later on to sleep so it's not super wet all night. But I didn't want to do anything too fancy because I'm planning to go to the beach and I'm just gonna have my hair in a wash and go the whole time. I haven't put any stylers in my hair either because again, I just don't want to have that in my hair all night, especially when if I go to the beach, the salt water will just wash it right out. So what I am planning to do is load up my hair with grease before I get in the water and then take some with me and then reapply when I am done with the water. And hopefully that will protect both the color and the integrity of my hair here. As you can see, here I am at the beach. I did jump into the salt water and then apply grease after because I totally forgot to put it on first. So the salt water did start stripping the color out of my hair, turning it a much redder color, as well as exposing some of the brown underneath. But I still think it was a beautiful color for the day, and it looked really great at the beach. As you can see, I had a super fun time at the beach and even saw an old-fashioned galleon. I mean, really, what's the point of going to the beach if you don't swim in the ocean at least a little bit? So I obviously had a wonderful time at the beach, as you saw, but despite putting the grease in my hair, I still ended up with it feeling a bit dry. It's probably due to the salt, and the color has faded to this like brownish red that you see here. Like the pigment's still there, but it faded a lot because I guess, you know, that's what happens with salt water. So, I mean, I could fluff this and it could look kind of cool, but we are going to work on refreshing the color and getting my hair back to where it needs to be. So the first step is doing one cleanse of my scalp and hair to get some of the initial dirt out. Just rub that between my fingers. Just kind of going up my scalp here. And I've just been using moisturizing shampoos lately to try and get the color to stick. So I do the front, I do the back, and then I do the middle, and just kind of get in there. My head's not really itching. I just want to get the salt and the sand out of my hair. All right, so I'm gonna go put some water on this and see what we can do. That's so much better. Now the color does bleed a little bit every time that I shampoo it, especially if I use warm water. So I've been trying to keep it more on the coolish side, but time to divide into 4 sections because the way my hair was before, it did not feel great, but it's much easier to manipulate now that it's had some shampoo, moisturizing shampoo added to it. And the sand and the grit has been rinsed out a little bit. I waited until the next day because I did not want to bother with trying to do this and go to bed with wet hair. That was just gonna be annoying. So I figured it would be all right if I waited a day. Just used the bonnet that I'm gonna throw in the wash that captured all the sand and dust and stuff. The next step is to use this KeraColor Clenditioner. It's basically a co-wash with pigment in it, and that means I don't have to do a second shampoo with other product, and I don't have to apply conditioner after using this, although I might, and I'll definitely be using leave-in conditioner, but let's see. Finally popped off, I just had to apply some elbow grease. Okay, so first section, I'm just gonna pump it. Ooh. It smells great. This is what we're looking like. And I'm just gonna start applying it. And this doesn't need to be like a super careful application. I just really want to make sure that, especially in these areas right here, that it's really becoming purple again. And the base, not too worried about that. If that's more brown than purple, that is okay. Let me just put a little bit more. All right, I think that'll be good. It says to comb through, but you know, I think this is gonna be the best I can do for right now. I'm not trying to detangle my hair like a day after I just detangled it. So that feels sufficiently saturated. It's not dripping too much either, which is what I was concerned about, but we're good. I was a little concerned that it would be drippy. Like sometimes shampoos can be drippy when you do them, or conditioners can be drippy, but it seems like it's doing pretty good. I am being generous with this because I don't know how much I would need to really have a good result. I think I've done like 6 pumps for each section. I think that might be a good way to categorize it. But especially like here down where the highlighted blonde parts are, that's where I want to do. And it's foaming a little, but not terribly, so that's good. Okay. Okay, I feel like product's coming out, so that's probably a good place to stop. All right, next one, I'll continue on this side, and then I'll go to the other side next. Now that everything's sufficiently purple, it's time to cover my head with a plastic cap. All right, I put 2 on just to be on the safe side. And now it's just time to clean up. I didn't make too much of a mess, and this should rinse out pretty easily. And it says to leave on for 3 to 20 minutes. So I am going to do stuff and come back and see what happens. I ended up leaving the conditioner in my hair for probably about 90 minutes. I was thinking I would go about 30, but then I ended up getting distracted with all the little miscellaneous tasks that I had to do and cleaning up and putting everything away from going to the beach. So the color really got to sit in my hair for quite some time, and as you can see, it did shift the brown hues out of it and turned it a little bit more purple. I was thinking it would be a little less red than it was because of how pigmented the purple was when it came out, but you know, I'm fighting against the red undertones in my hair, so I have a plan to combat that, but just not in this video. And in the meantime, once this color sat in my hair and really processed and fully dried, everything looked really nice in my braid out, which you will see later. So here all I'm doing is just a simple style, 2 braids in the back and some twists in the front, and I just used some conditioner and a little bit of grease, and I will tell you, my hair felt incredibly soft. There's something about the color that even when I have frizz in my hair, the frizz itself feels soft. Color is really great at helping with hair that has been made porous due to bleach. Here's the result of my braid out several days later. The color is refreshed. I've been out and about and people have been saying, oh, I love the color. So I guess it looks good, even though it's a little bit more red for whatever reason in my brain. I still keep thinking it should be more blue. So I might do something to address that. But in the meantime, yep, this is where we turned out. Here's from the back, you can see. It's much brighter on the back, the parts that were highlighted. I think the color will last longer for sure, since I'm not planning on going to the beach again for a while and swimming in it and letting the salt water strip out the color from my hair. I'll see y'all next time.